Original post, August 12, 2024. I don't even know where to start. The past 6 months have been an absolute mess, and it only seems to be getting worse. My best friend since elementary school, who I'll call Alice, passed away in February from cancer. She had a 2-year-old daughter who went into the custody of her mom after she passed away, who I'll call Alexis. Last month Alexis showed up on our doorstep unannounced, telling my husband he needs to take responsibility for his child and either take custody or start finally paying child support. She says that Alice had told her when her daughter was born who the father was, but didn't want anything to do with him. To answer the inevitable, Alice was a traveling nurse and made a lot of money, which is the only reason I can think of why she didn't go for child support. During this conversation my husband had the worst panic attack he's ever had, so we had to end the conversation before I could get more details. My husband's story is, I don't even know. He said that Alice's daughter is probably his, but that it isn't what I think. Almost 3 years ago we threw a large housewarming party as we just moved into our dream home, after I finally finished residency and was set to make real money for once. Alice was in town, and set to be at the party, but I was called into work before she got there. I didn't get back till after 3 a.m., the party was winding down, my husband was passed out upstairs, and Alice had already left the party, which at the time I did find strange as we hadn't seen each other in months. My husband claims he woke up in the middle of the night to Alice on top of him, but he passed out again before he could say anything. He claims he never told me because he was worried I wouldn't believe him, which I don't know if I do. He showed me some texts he sent his best friend the next day asking for his advice about him thinking someone assaulted him, but if he cheated he could have had that conversation as evidence, especially since he never said Alice specifically. Ever since the party he has been very distant with Alice, and after she had her daughter, he would even find excuses not to be around the house when she would visit at all. I don't know if that's because he cheated, or if Alice did actually assault him and this was his trauma response. Honestly Reddit, I don't know what to do. I've known Alice since we were children, and she had never come across as that kind of person. But I've also known my husband for over a decade, and he's not once ever given the inclination of a cheater. He's an attractive guy and I've seen the looks he gets at the gym, and he's never even given more than a glance. What should I do? How do I figure out what the truth is here when Alice isn't even around to defend herself? She never even implied she liked my husband, let alone want to sleep with him. I told my husband he needs to get a DNA test before anything is decided on the child's part, but in the meantime, he needs to move out while I think about what I'm going to do here. TLDR husband maybe has an affair baby, he claims he was raped by my dead best friend. Relevant comments. Comment 1, does your husband drink? OP, not at all. He rarely drinks, and generally only at parties which at our ages are few and far between. He works a tough and stressful job, so I figured once he was buzzed he laid down and fell asleep, not that he had drank more than normal or anything like that. Comment 2, did Alice ever tell you the name of the father? OP, she told me it was a man she met while in another state for work. Short-term fling. Comment 3, wait, I get that you need to process all this, but you've told the potential victim of sexual assault that he needs to leave his home, his safe place, and you, his safe person. I think you've jumped the gun a bit here and shunned your life mate who may have been assaulted. OP, yes, I'm starting to realize I've made a terrible mistake. Update 1, August 12, 2024, same day. After talking with you, I've come to the realization that my husband is being truthful. My best friend assaulted him. Several people pointed out that with Alice not liking my husband, if it was an affair, she would have told me when she was dying, if only to separate us. You're absolutely right. I was there, in the room while she passed. I held her hands for days, we talked about so much. If it was just an affair, she would have told me. But if she assaulted my husband, she wouldn't have said a word. That's the type of thing horrible people take to the grave. I've also come to the realization that I made a terrible mistake asking my husband to leave for a few days while I gather my thoughts. Not to make excuses, but losing my best friend to cancer, a long cancer fight at that, was brutal. To say that I was devastated, wouldn't do it justice. That it happened only 6 months ago, I'm still feeling it every day. So to have this thrown on me? It's like I'm losing her all over again. Either she betrayed me with my husband, or she betrayed me and assaulted my husband. Not only have I lost her, but now I've lost the good memories, an entire lifetime's worth. It was impossible for me to look at him and not also see her, and be struck with the horror and realization of that loss all over again. I felt I needed to be able to break down, grieve, and think without the fresh wave of loss I got every time I saw him. It was wrong of me to ask him to leave, you're right though, and as of a few minutes ago, I've righted this wrong. I called my husband, I apologized, told him I believe him, and begged him to come home. He'll be here in half an hour at most, and I'm going to support my husband the way I know he would have supported me. I've been an off and on Reddit user for several years, and sometimes the advice given on subreddits like these can be a bit hit or miss, but today you guys did good. You've helped me realize not only that I was wrong, and being stupid at that, but that I was hurting the person that needed me the most. I was selfish. I have no idea what we're going to do as far as the potential daughter is concerned, but I can assure you we'll deal with it together. It's going to take a lot of time, and probably a lot of therapy, to grieve this new loss. I feel numb now, as though I'll never cry again. My best friend assaulted my husband, which means she was no friend of mine. She flaunted it, coming to my house, sitting with me, and gabbing. She brought her child here, trying to rub it in his face, right in front of me. She tortured the man I loved, and I was an unknowing party to it. I feel sick to my stomach over how many times she came over, just to hold it over him. I'm honestly at a loss on how to make that up to him. If you all have any ideas, please feel free to give them to me. I think I'll need all the help I can get. Tomorrow I'm going to take a leave of absence from work, just until we can figure out our next steps, and we can get our heads on straight. Thank you everyone. Story 2. My mom wants me to forgive my best friend knowing she betrayed me. Original post, September 12, 2022. My 23 female friend M, same age, was like a sister to me. We have known each other since we were 4. We were partners in crime, we knew everything about each other. We even decided to become each other's kid's godmother. When I was 17, I started dating a guy from my neighborhood, L. He was also my father's friend's son. That's how we met. I had a crush on him since I was 15. M knew about it. In fact, she was the one who insisted I talk to him. She encouraged me to ask him out. I did. We started dating at 17. Everything was good. I thought I found my soulmate. But I noticed something different when we were in our 4th year of relationship. He acted kind of distant. I thought the pressure from university was stressing him out. I tried to cheer him up and tried to be intimate, but he would just brush it off. At one time I accidentally looked at his phone while I was trying to make a call. I came across hundreds of messages between him and M. They also sent each other nudes. I felt really disgusted. I couldn't confront him because I knew he would deny it. Then one day I went to his house to surprise him. There I saw M and L, were almost naked on the couch. They were probably in the middle of foreplay when I walked in. They were both shocked to see me, as if they saw a ghost. I cannot explain the rage I was feeling. I felt like I was about to faint. Instead, I went out. They both tried to chase me down with the classic "it's not what it looks like." Oh really? You guys are naked cuddling and eating each other's faces. I wonder what it is. I was thankfully with my sister who saw me coming. I told her to take me home. There I cried with my sisters. I have too. I told them everything. They were really empathetic. They asked me if I had screenshots. I told them yes. They told me to keep it and also told me to message him and my friend that we were done. I did as they told me. According to my sister's advice, I told all our mutual friends about it. It was chaos. I was broken and devastated. I would cry all day and not eat. I was betrayed by my best friend and the love of my life. But somehow betrayal from M really hurt the most. After digging up in the drama that transpired, I got to know how disgusting and vile L was. I cannot list everything here because of the word limit. I came to realize that he had so many red flags that I ignored. That kind of helped me to heal. L also came to my house a few times, but my sister told him if he keeps bothering us she would call the cops. My father knew about all of this and was very supportive. I didn't want him to stop his friendship with L's dad, but L cannot be in our house anymore. I will not be in the same room as him. It took me a while, but I healed. I did lose a lot of friends because some of them took M's side and have like 2 good friends who actually helped me. Plus, I was very thankful to have 2 amazing sisters. I went out with my friends, started working out, and even some forums helped me. I stayed away from dating for a year. I am currently happy and in a relationship with someone. I thought I left the whole thing behind. But my mom keeps insisting I forgive M. You see, M's mom and my mom are really good friends. After I told my mom about M's betrayal, she was supportive, but also sad that she might have to stop talking to her friend. I told her not to. Regardless of what M did, her mom is very sweet. She even apologized on her behalf. I was never rude to her when she came home, but M is also not allowed in our house. Now my mom thinks I should forgive her. She always says to M's mom that they wish things went back to the way they were, My mom kept pushing that I forgive her and not ruin our friendship over a stupid boy. I mean, why should I? She knows I hate people who betray and cheat. Yet she did it behind my back. She claims just because I am in a relationship I should just forget, otherwise I will become a bitter person. My sisters are on my side. My father says the decision is up to me. I don't know what I will do. Yes, I do miss what Em and I had. But I still haven't forgiven her for what she did. It just hurts knowing my mom wants me to forgive after knowing everything that has happened. Just to add more context. 1. Em and Al hooked up on her birthday when she broke up with her ex. She did tell me she is sorry, and things just happened. She was lonely and he was there to comfort her. 2. In case you were wondering what Al did and why he had red flags, is because he criticized me a lot. It was either about my looks or my ambitions. I once told him I wanted to write a book and he mocked me. I brushed it off since he had a dark sense of humor. 3. Al kept a spreadsheet of all the girls we knew in our circle, even at his university. He would rate them based on their looks. It was shared among his friends. Yes, I was on that list too. It made me really insecure. 4. Some of my and Em's mutual friends knew about their affair but kept it away from me. That's why I cut a whole lot of them off. Update 1, September 14, 2022. A few days ago, when I posted this on my main, many people asked for an update. So here it is. I knew I could not allow Em in my life. No matter what mom says. But something weird happened that I had to post an update. This is going to be long. So I went home this week. My older sister was already there. She told me my mom wanted to invite Em and her mom into our house. My dad refused because he doesn't want to betray me. I was angry at my mom for how she could do it to me. We all sat down. I told my mom how it felt to be betrayed by my friend. I told her that I am not asking her to stop seeing Em's mom, but she should just stop forcing me to be friends with her. It's not going to happen. Even if I forgive her, I will not be her friend. She will not be welcomed in our house. She got mad and said we should learn to let go of the past. I also asked her what if Em's mom had an affair with dad and you walked in on them while they were doing it. I expected her to be mad, but her expression was shocking. I don't know how to describe it. It is as if I predicted something. My dad stepped in and said, "You should tell her now. She is old enough to know." Then I heard the entire history of mom, dad, and Em's mom. Em's mom was a serial cheater. She cheated on her ex-husband with multiple men. My mom didn't know. She did have hints but never confronted her. Apparently, she got pregnant with an affair partner's baby and tried to pass it on as Em's father's. But Em's father was smart. He did a DNA test on the baby, and the truth came out. My mom did berate her for that, but Em's mom was very remorseful. She begged and pleaded with her husband to stay, but her husband didn't. I looked up the dude on social media and he is filthy rich. Probably Batman kind of rich, but without all the gadgets. He hired a lawyer and also had a prenup. Em's mom didn't get a single dime for alimony, but he did pay child support for a while. He didn't want custody because Em technically knew about her mother's affair but didn't say anything. Em was 7 when it happened. She would always talk about her second dad. I never knew. Probably because I thought that she was talking about her uncle or something. Em's dad only got the visitation that he wanted. But Em stopped going when she turned 15. My mom helped her get back on her feet because she was broke, and Em's child support only supports her only and not the entire family. 3 years after their divorce, Em's dad got married again to someone younger than Em's mom. I also dug up his name and saw that he was happy with his new family. So the day he got married, Em's mom went into deep depression. She was very much drunk, and tried to make a move on my dad. My dad pushed her away. My dad told my mom, but she denied something like that happened. Until Em's mom called and apologized for her behavior. She forgave her. But according to my dad and older sister, she would still make excuses to get closer to dad. My sisters spent their time keeping her away from dad. Dad never liked her for what she did. Her husband was my dad's business partner at that time. Dad only tolerated her for mom and my sake. So back to our conversation, I looked at my mom and she told me that it was different because my dad never had an affair. I asked if she would have forgiven her if the affair happened. She was silent. I asked her to give me an actual reason why she thinks I should forgive Em, then she told me the truth. Em's mom has been sort of blackmailing mom to cut off contact with her. My mom doesn't have many friends in town. Em's mom was her best friend. According to her logic, she cannot be in a house where her daughter is not invited. Also, as I mentioned in one of the comments, my mom had a miscarriage when I was 4 years old. Em's mom helped her a lot during that time. When my mom was jaded, she would clean her house and bring Em. That's how we became friends. My mom pretty much saw him as her fourth child. She was probably trying to fill the space that her miscarriage left. So losing M felt like losing her baby again. That's why she wants us to reconcile. Not because of M, but because she is afraid her friendship will come to an end. I was very upset by it. But I understood her. I told her M's mom is welcome here anytime, though I have no respect for her now. But M will not set foot in this house. And told her to get therapy because she had a very unhealthy attachment to M. I was conflicted. I was disappointed in M's mom. She seems like a really nice lady. When Elle cheated on me, I remember crying to her. She consoled me and felt genuinely sorry. So I did something out of the blue. I texted M's mom that I wanted to meet her alone. We went to a public place. My sister knew. She told me to record the conversation. It is not illegal here. So I met her. I told her everything my mom told me. I also told her that she is welcome in our house, but she cannot bring M. She didn't try to argue. She told me she should have known. She never wanted her daughter to become like her. Her infidelity has made her life horrible. M could have had a beautiful childhood if she never cheated on her husband. Her husband was a great guy. She still feels guilty about doing this to him. She wishes she could go back in time and undo her mistake. I said that even though I don't have the same amount of respect for her, I don't mind having her around. My family is okay with that. The woman started crying. She finally spilled the beans after a year. She told me she knew about M and L. She knew L was cheating on me with M. She told her daughter to stop it, but M said she is only friends with benefits with L and they will stop in a few weeks. Her mother told her that if she continues this, then she better conceal it properly. She only allowed this because she knew her daughter had an obsession with L. She thought it would help M to get this obsession out of her system. I was fuming. I wanted to yell but I kept my cool. She knew this entire time and not once she mentioned it. I asked her about her flirting with my dad. That's when she showed me what a snake she truly is. I pressed her and berated her for trying to destroy my mom's marriage. Once she had enough, she yelled that my mom doesn't deserve any of this. She is very lame and boring. She was only friends with her because she pitied her. My mom comes from a poor household. She doesn't have much education. She went to a very underfunded college, but M's mom went to a prestigious college. She is not even at her level. She said my dad doesn't deserve a street rat like her. I wanted to leave but I wanted to take everything on the recording. But I had enough. I told her, more or less yelled at her, that she is not welcome in our house. She is a liar and a cheater and so is her daughter. I cannot believe this woman. She has been manipulating my mom all this time. As soon as I got home, I told my mom everything about this. My mom refused to believe her friend would say something. My sister, who is a freaking genius, played the audio. I now understand why she told me to record. After hearing the entire thing, she grabbed her phone and called her. She yelled. She said that if she sees her again she will rip her eyes out. It was kind of shocking. 1 minute she was praising her and then she was yelling. But moreover, I am happy she cut off all the toxicity. I feel bad for Mom. I can relate because we both lost our close friends. We sat down and chatted. She told me how being a stay-at-home mom was difficult for her to make friends. M was her close friend. She always looked up to her because she was really popular in our community. She wanted to be like her. My dad always disliked that. My mom also told me that she is sorry. That she was selfish. She enabled her so far that she hurt her own daughter. She feels guilty. I understand her. My dad said that he is putting her in therapy because she clearly has some trauma from her miscarriage and also from her childhood. I told her that she can still make great friends. She cut off all her friends for M's mom. I told her to try and reconnect with them. I am also going to spend some time with her too, in case she doesn't feel alone. All of this drama has made me realize I have a great dad. I have a newfound respect for him. Even when he was vulnerable, he never gave in to M's mother's flirting. He helped my mom when she had a C-section with me. He understands that being a stay-at-home mom is difficult. He loves her regardless. Many people speculated if my mom is a cheater or not, but let me clarify, it is not the case. She is very loyal to my dad. She was the oldest of 7 siblings and she had to keep her family together at all costs. Hence, her pressure to me for forgiving M. Also, as for my ex, he texted me on my birthday last month. He wished me a happy birthday and said that he was sorry for what he did. He also said that M is a great girlfriend who helped him after our breakup and helped him heal. There was like an entire paragraph of him praising M and to quote him, "I do not regret loving you. It is because of you I learned how to love. That's why I am able to become such a good partner to M. I hope someday you will find someone good enough for you." I wish you all the best. What a clown. I showed this to my boyfriend. He laughed and said, I guess his wish has come true. I do not care if they marry or have like 100 babies. I am done with them. Someone pointed out that they did a huge favor because they are both trash and deserve each other. It's true. At least they won't be wasting other people's time with their toxicity. As for me, I am doing fine. I am planning a trip with my boyfriend and friends after my finals. And thanks to all of you who messaged me and commented. Also, I don't know if this counts as karma, but Em got into a fight with one of her friends. She knew about the affair. My friend went to a party this week. She told me Em and a friend of hers had a fight. Apparently, that friend accused her of stealing her boyfriend. According to my friend, they were not doing anything other than chatting. The girl came on to Em and said, well, I should have known, given your history as a man stealer. This is now her reputation. Even if she tried to say she wasn't flirting, no one was buying it. How do you not only ignore your best friend hitting on your husband, but when her daughter steals your daughter's boyfriend, you take her daughter's side instead of your daughter's? Like, I understand not wanting to lose a friend, but after so many red flags you would think she would realize what kind of people that family is. Anyway, I hope OP's mother gets better friends. That's all for this video. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.